I welcome you to another series of our videos. Subscribe if you haven't done so. So in this video we'll be discussing vectors. So the question reads, a vector, alright, so a vector, this could be, since they haven't mentioned if it's vector B or vector A or vector what, so let's assume that this is vector A. So a vector has an x component 225.0 units and a y component of 40.0 units. So find the magnitude and direction of the vector. So this is the question at hand. So a vector may look something like this. So let's assume this is vector A. So if this is vector A, then it will have x component, then it will also have a y component, x component and y component. So this is how a vector look like. So this is a vector that we have drawn. So from the information we have been given, since the x component is 225 and this 225 is positive, so it means that the x component of this vector is in the positive x axis direction. So, and if you also look at the y component of this vector, it's been shown that it's positive, meaning it's going in that direction. So this simply means that when we draw a vector, the x component and the y component like that and the x component like that, then it means that this vector is in this, is like that. So it's showing us that this vector is in the first quadrant. So let's now, we've determined that this vector is in the first quadrant. So let's now find the magnitude of this vector and also the direction or the angle. So to find the magnitude, this is the equation. So the magnitude of this vector is given by the square root of the x component and y component, and these components you square them. So we substitute the x component, we substitute with 225, then you square it. Then the y component you substitute with 40, you square it. So when you punch this on a calculator, when you punch 225 squared, you get 50,625, plus when you punch 40 on a calculator, like 40 squared, you get 1,600. So we continue. When you punch this 50,000, or when you add 50,625 plus 1,600, you get 52,225. So when you punch this on a calculator, the square root of 52,225, you get the magnitude to be 228.5278976. Then, so we can write this magnitude in 3 significant figures to be, or as 229 units. So this is the magnitude of this vector. So let's also look at the direction of the vector. So to find the direction of the vector, so this information is not applicable to this question. So to find the magnitude of the vector, you use the equation theta is equal to tan inverse y over x. So y and x. These are just x components of the equation of the vector. So what was our y component of the vector? It was 40, so we substitute that. Then the x component was 225, so we have substituted. When we punch this on a calculator, it's giving us to be 10.08059799. So this is what we get. Then writing this into three significant figures, we get 10.1 degrees. So that's the direction of this vector. So we can say that the magnitude is 229 units at 10.0 degrees from the positive x-axis. So this is just a summary. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel.